I thought they were already shut down.
I thought they were finally giving me my letter.
So the Overwatch League, Al, is shutting down. It's shutting down. It's
Oh
official.
no! I was gonna watch it this year.
Is it because of
One
Overwatch
sack of
2?
shit.
Dang it! Ah,
There. Okay.
how could
Thank
it?
you. What do you mean? How could it? Go on. Elaborate. While I write something down.
Yeah, Cobb,
It's
why
such
couldn't
an
it?
amazing part of all sort of esports. You know what I'm saying? It's so high paced, so super skill orientated, and not spammy in any way with certain abilities and certain characters or anything.
Oh.
And doesn't feel like a super party game in any way because it doesn't feel really punishing if you do anything.
Well, we can go over a few things as to why this was such a detrimental, monumental, ignorant thing they did. I get it from their perspective, but to absolutely have no idea what their customer base is actually doing is all on them. You eliminate the first Overwatch because, from a company standpoint, they didn't want to be running 2 live services.
Okay.
I mean, that's the end of the day. That's what it was. Although, with someone making record effing profits, where the fuck is it going?
Exactly. You don't pay people
Clearly
that
not
much.
back into the game.
Or the people who make the game.
You spend all these years wanting to do a PvE content, and then you shut it down, and then you don't want to do 2 different games. I just don't get it. It's just you cut so much, and then expected everybody just to be settle. I guess what they thought is everybody was going to be really, really just dumb idiots, just stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's just the way it goes. But on this one, no. You had beloved characters and lore and how the game worked, and then you basically absolutely changed it. There's some good things from it, but overall, when people were expecting something else and then they got totally lied to, and then how you changed up the monetization of how aggressive and stuff is, and how it used to be, you can't. If you've been giving something away for free, essentially, and then you're like, no, you got to start paying for that, and then you lock PvE content behind bundles where you get all this extra stuff, but you still got to pay a $15 price tag for something that most people probably say wasn't worth $15. It's just scummy tactics.
It's very scummy.
Just like there's hero skins that you don't have to get through a bundle. There's a different way you can get it without the bundle, but it's definitely not user friendly to go find. Some more dark patterns. Maybe that's the reason why it sunk. It's probably a start.
Very good Kickstarter, at least.
I think, it's basically like this. And the reason why Classic WoW absolutely is stomping retail WoW, not even a conversation there. We can go on Twitch and just run down it. And I guarantee you the first person we play in retail is probably maybe in the 200s of people watching at best, and everything else is Classic. Not even close. No one's playing it. For damn good reason.
Yeah, no one likes it.
No, it's true. And I think one of the main reasons is that with Overwatch original, it felt like when people were playing, they were earning it. They were earning skins by playing the game. I know it's still loot boxes. I'm still against loot boxes, no matter how they were implemented. That's a problem. If you can buy loot boxes in the game, that's wrong.
Stupid.
That's a slot machine.
You could just earn it, though.
CSGO
if there was a
too.
Yeah, CS, but okay, the difference is that CSGO embraces it. Well, CS.
Yeah, you don't get it for free. You got to pay for it to begin with.
Well, exactly, but the thing is, they embrace it, and they sponsor gambling in Counter-Strike. Period.
Bro, I can't help it.
They have gambling sponsors. Don't get me wrong; that's an entirely different animal. Let's get away from that part. All right. CS is a different animal that we can go on that for another hour.
Okay.
But when it comes to Overwatch, though, like I said, loot boxes, period, even in CS, is the exact same thing. It's still slot machine. It should not be in the game. You should be able to earn stuff, but it shouldn't have been a loot box. It should not have been a loot box.
They kind of have that in CS too, though.
Well, they're always going to have that.
No, you can get free skins and stuff for playing the game.
Right, but you could get a few from.
No, it's in CS2 they have the Prime stuff. It's not like Amazon Prime, but it's just Prime, what they call it. Through the
Right.
week, you do certain objectives. I guess I don't know. I've really understood it, but you get picked between two stuff. It could be a crate, skin, and the sprays.
It's weekly XP stuff, so every
Oh,
week
no
or so,
kidding.
it's you play enough in a match, you get enough XP, and then you can pick 2 of 4 rewards.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah, that's
pretty
one of the new
cool.
things to have. I got a skin from it in a crate.
I think it's
So
at
far.
least one skin.
Okay,
That's
okay. Hang on.
Okay.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
But with Overwatch, now no one feels like they're earning anything. That was half the thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
playing your game and I'm earning stuff. It's like I'm being rewarded for playing your game. And
That's why
guess
I'm gonna
what?
play your game
When
more.
more people feel like that, they're probably going to splurge here and there for a skin or so. But
Yeah.
but if that's but see, that was the way they had it trending. That's how you had the mentality. That's how you had everybody working that way. It's like, oh, I understand how this works.
At the same time, you couldn't get any of the Overwatch 1 skins in Overwatch 2.
Well, okay, that's another thing as well. So now you've made Overwatch 2 and you completely changed that, where now it's like it feels like I continuously play and I get nothing. I'm playing and playing and playing, and literally, I mean, we did this like a couple of months ago where if you did all the dailies and did everything for the past year, you still wouldn't have enough to get one legendary skin. You would not have earned enough.
Nope.
That's incredibly that's ridiculous. So it's like they keep just burning themselves. No wonder everything's crashing. Well, I guess we're all going to Counter-Strike too. You liked how in Overwatch 1, if you got dupes, you got credits instead of you got dupes. If you got dupes, you got credits instead of redeem things you didn't have enough luck to roll for. Yeah, so you got something instead. So yeah. I mean, if you're going to do the Counter-Strike reference, if you got a dupe of some kind, you can just put it on the trading market and it has actual value.
Yes.
I'm just, again, let's not go down the rabbit hole.
I know we can't.
So but the thing is, like they changed everything with the Overwatch. This does not surprise me that the owners decided to shut it down. It's like, hey, if we shut this down, we get an extra 6 million per team. Plus, that's on top of the 6 or 7 million that they were
Per
promised
year.
because from Blizzard because of the garbage that they were not earning anything. This is like burning money in their pockets to keep a team. So literally, it was almost like, for a decent amount of these teams, it's like a 12 or 13 million dollars if they decided to just quit that they'd have in their pockets. I don't know. If it hasn't been earning nothing for years, I guess I'm going to take the 12 or 13 that I can get and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I would.
It's not even a question. Yeah.
That's like 1.2 mil per person. It's including the coach.
But no, this goes to the company, not teams or players. Because this is all owner stuff. So yes, so the owner gets 12 or 13.
Well, dang.
I don't know. What would I say? This has been burning money in my pocket, and I have a chance of not only getting out of this shit, but also gaining 12 or 13 million back. Yeah, it's time that we're out.
Yeah, make about even if you've been there long enough.
It's not even a question. Like, just do it. This isn't like you can see the writing on the wall. It's not going anywhere. It's just so garbage ran. The whole thing is just I don't understand this entire thing of how you were trying to make this an esport, like shoved it so hard, doing it the most ignorant way you could possibly do it. It just blows my mind. Not to mention I can't even watch it anyways. Even when somebody else is playing, I can't watch it.
There's too many things happening all at once.
It's boring.
You can never get all the plays at once though, even if you are watching it.
That's true.
There's too much stuff happening.
Unless you know the game.
Yeah, even then.
But even if you know the game, like I know the game,
it's still kind of hard to keep up with.
There's just so much still going on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, every person has at least 3 abilities.
But that's just it. If you that's me, right? And that's somebody that has seen the game, played the game, done a lot in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
From my perspective. Now think about it from somebody that is just normie.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That has really not much, like it's an overwhelming mix of like what the hell's happening, and they get bored and move on.
Dude, there's like a mix of like, what would you say, at least 30 abilities alone.
I mean, that's why I think Valorant and CS popped off more. in the pro sport because you can actually tell what's going to happen.
No, okay. Again, we're going on a different road because that's not exactly it. It helps.
Okay, well, how about like
But
StarCraft? Just like there's a lot of stuff happening, but you can still catch up on stuff.
also, again, with that, there's something else along those
Okay,
lines.
I can't compare it then. Leave me alone.
No, there's not much because they decided to not do. It's like it just is. I just don't see. I never saw it working. Hearthstone was way better if you're going to consider it esports, right? At least
Yeah.
it's a card game that has something.
In cards,
Yeah.
yeah.
StarCraft way better because it's
yeah, it's a
actually
lot
more
more
of a chess
tense.
match than anything else.
Yes, I loved it.
It's an interactive chess match. And
Real
then you
time.
decide to shut those type down. Heroes of the Storm, there's still a lot of people that
Oh.
like that game.
Good game.
It was. It
And
was
you
good.
decide to shut that down before it really had a chance to get going.
It
And
would've.
then what was so StarCraft was the other one, right? So we have StarCraft, we have Hearthstone, we have Heroes of the Storm, all which we had way better implications, could possibly done way better if he's want to do esports of some kind.
They definitely
But you
made
choose Overwatch. You chose Overwatch.
The
It was almost
least
like this
competitive.
is almost like the CEO Bobby Kotick had something in this. It's almost like, oh yeah, I probably did. Huh.
Probably played the game once. He's like, "Yep, this is the game."
You just put. I just don't know why you're pushing this when you literally. I don't understand why they just like kill StarCraft too, like StarCraft in general. I don't understand it. You're talking about old age. There's literally right now we can go look up original StarCraft. It's still going strong. Well, I wouldn't say strong, but it's still going. There's still tournaments. Still a decent amount of good pros play that.
Jeez.
Only like OG StarCraft.
Oh Lord.
So I just like you have that and you just blow it. I don't understand. Like it not only that, but if you're going to get people into esports in some way, StarCraft is definitely like a numero uno. StarCraft and Hearthstone should have been like your two key players because one, if I'm a team, if I'm going to own a team, I literally only have to deal with one player to start out with. One guy that I have to get to events, tournaments, and so on and so forth, and he can be considered on my team that I own. That is way easier to get more money into than trying to bust 5 people plus a coach into Overwatch. It's not even a comparison.
So then it's just more friendly on the behind the scenes aspects.
When it comes to
Where it
money,
really needs to be.
especially when esports is still a fledgling thing.
It just keeps growing too.
It growing, but it's still not making money.
True.
Like League of Legends, we literally have said that they are still not making money. It's
They're
getting
one of the
better,
highest ones.
but they're still not making money. Counter-Strike is slightly different for many other reasons.
They got like
I think it's
stuff, right?
I think it's making some, but we're not talking enough to be like, oh great. Anyways, following the conclusion of the 2023 season, Blizzard will shut down Overwatch League as it attempts to redesign its struggling esports program. The shutting of the Overwatch League comes following years of financial struggles for the competitive esports organization and dire player numbers for Blizzard's free-to-play Overwatch 2. Wow, really? Dire player numbers. Crazy. Why is it shutting down? I don't know. Let's go into it. The move was announced in a post from the official Overwatch League account on Twitter, which stated the organization will focus on building our vision of a revitalized esports program moving forward. How do you think they're going to change this where Overwatch is suddenly going to come back? Okay, one, I can tell you right now, do not associate teams with cities. You're not playing in 80, 90,000 seat stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Listen, I don't think any of this esports can actually hold that many. Or any
Okay, okay,
esports
we'll
teams
use, okay.
would see
I'm gonna go
that.
Counter-Strike again because this is what I watch the most of. No, they play in like basketball
Convention
arenas.
centers.
Yeah, so like what 18,000, 18 to 20, somewhere in that range.
I think so.
And of course,
Yeah.
I mean for majors and big final tournaments and stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll sell out.
Yeah. Even more watching on Twitch too. Just couldn't go
Exactly.
there. Just sold it out. I mean,
But again, so that's
that's
Counter
like the
Strike.
highest you're getting though.
But no, but the thing is, like, none of those teams are associated with cities.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's not usually, no one's associated with, barely,
They're usually
literally
associated with the
nowadays,
country.
nowadays, it's not so much people are associated with the teams, they're associated with the players.
Yes.
They follow the players. They switch teams, they're a fan of that player, they suddenly have switched teams. Basketball is the same. Basketball is definitely like that too. Like, plenty of Kevin Durant fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
He switches from OKC and goes to Golden State. All of a sudden, they're a Golden State fan.
Or they just hate
LeBron, the exact same way, et cetera, on down the line. They're more of a fan of the player than they are of the teams. Now, it's not all. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely diehards that are for their own city. But esports is very fledgling, has never done that before, and for damn good reason. They don't have the numbers to try that. It was never going to work from the start. You don't, like, the first starters, they play a decent amount of games as it is per week. It's not like they play once or twice and they travel across the country to play in a home stadium. There's not a home stadium. It's online. It's in a virtual environment. It doesn't matter if they're in the same place or, halfway across the country. It's the exact same game in the exact same environment. I'm going to watch the exact same way. Why would going to having cities change any of that? Did anybody even think about this?
Yeah.
Clearly not.
Anybody out there, if you need somebody to help with this, when it comes to actually thinking critically, I'm your man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really expecting to kind of get from that.
Mail at roguesasylum.net.
Yeah, make sure we mention it one time.
Yeah, but I'm just like, there's this, and like, I just. So it's just like, I don't understand how they're going to revitalize this. Where are they going to come? Where is this going to come back? Like, you've killed the player base, so no one is absolutely interested in the game at all at this point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually knew a player who's actually on a team, though.
Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, who really knows any Overwatch like esports players?
Well, okay, I don't think anyone, any of us three could actually answer that because we're not inundated enough to even know about any of that. That's right? True.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into the scene to know what the strongest players are, what so on and so forth. All I can say is that whenever I've tried watching it, I couldn't.
Yeah. I can definitely get that feeling. It just seems so boring to watch. In all honesty. Well, not boring. Well, yes, boring. But also kind of nonsense to watch because, like, you don't really understand what the whole point, because because I would say that every character can do everything except heal, but that's on the side tangent. So it's really weird to say that, oh yeah, that's a support or that's a tank or that's a attack.
Well, okay, you could feel that out, but the problem is like, what, we're pushing this cargo from place to place, right? Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of stuff going backwards and forth over the same point over and over, right?
Yeah.
Now let's compare it to other games. They're at the top of the list. So what if we do League of Legends? It's pretty straightforward that there's 3 lanes and there's these minions that go down it, right? There's these little bitty guys. They look really cute and go down the lane. Girls love it. Now,
kill it.
So I get this. There's these big things that look like the tower things. Okay, I'm already understanding that. Okay, there's 3 different lanes and they go from one base to the other. I already have an understanding, a simple understanding. I don't know much more about this, but I kind of understand that, okay, this is happening and one side needs to get the other side, to win, to destroy something at the end. This is very a normie perspective. Whereas in Overwatch, it's not like that. You kind of understand where the cargo things, but there's so much things happening on the screen and things going off and everything like that. It's very hard to follow, especially when you can have different players, not just in the center, but separated out as well. And I just, we're talking about just normies, not anybody even. For starters, if you're even watching this video of any kind, you're not a normie. I'm sorry. You're already looking stuff up. You don't qualify. You're already above average on that because you're actually actively looking for stuff associated with gaming, so on and so forth. You're above that. So I'm not even talking to anybody who's even probably going to watch this video. You're not it.
It's bizarre.
We're talking about those that really are the weekend warriors, just kind of this play and they watch a few things, like just catch it here and there, and they play a few rounds over. Like that's the normies.
Popping on a game or two just because they can for like
if we're gonna compare between League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant, even StarCraft, and compare those when compared to Overwatch, I'm going to feel that as a viewing experience, these other four are going to just hammer Overwatch in any of that. Even Hearthstone, you can understand pretty simply.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, you can understand. Well, I'll take that back. Not nowadays.
It also seems more interesting to watch someone else kind of see a pro play a strategic game and just see kind of like what they do in like a really high level,
Right. And but like I said, I just don't. There's nothing. I'm not seeing anything here that's going to like literally.
I don't think Overwatch can give that.
To me, this game has always felt it's just a casual, fun brawler, and that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a lot. There's a lot of good games out there that they know what their identity is, and accepts it, claims it, and does extremely well. Overwatch could definitely have been that.
Yeah.
But when you put out so many things people have wanted, and you've tried to pushing this like esports agenda at this point, you've burnt so many out that, I mean, just between that and then just Blizzard and their namesake at this point overall, it's like you've hurt yourself so much. You literally just keep shooting yourself in the foot and you keep crawling it up, and now you're like shooting yourself in the calf and the thigh now. Like, you've probably already put a couple in your stomach and went, I don't feel good. I wonder why.
You eat something.
Jeez, I mean, it just keeps working itself up. I mean, they just keep shooting and it just won't quit. It's just like, I keep bleeding. I don't know why.
More holes just keep coming up. I can't. Maybe the gun will help. Hold on.
I don't see any way that the esports part of this comes back, especially when the game is literally dying off. Less and less people keep playing it month after month. That doesn't, like I said, there's many people that actually like it how it is. Good. I'm glad you like the game. I'm glad you like it. But the overall base has come. The audience for this has been hammered so much, and it's been their own doing. Can it be revitalized? Maybe.
Not.
But
I think it could.
But there's esports. No, I don't see it.
I say not esports.
The game itself. It still has a chance, but they need to. But they have to get their trust back, and they've lost so much trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess I'll finish the rest of this. No details provided about what will potentially replace the Overwatch League, but the group promised to share more information becomes available. News that change comes amid ongoing layoffs at Blizzard, following a report from earlier this year that revealed the extent of the Overwatch League's financial troubles. Yeah, no kidding. The first video signs Overwatch League's future could be in doubt came earlier in the year. Yada, yada, yada. We already know. Other terms proposed by Blizzard. Overwatch League teams voting not to continue the program were eligible for a $6 million termination fee. Blah, 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 blah. And at the end, teams who had already paid their franchising fee for the year were set to earn even more by following forgiveness of the fees owed to Blizzard. So it claims this created a $12 to $13.5 million incentive for your team to let the league crumble. Yeah, I'm saying no. Originally announced in 2016. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that basically just. I really don't understand how you put like 4 years into PvE and be like, well, it's just not going to come out in good enough time, and we're separating our resources. And I know we made record profits again this year, but we got to lay off people.
Yeah, I hated that.
It's always like that. Record profits, but we're laying off people. Record profits, laying off people. How much did Bobby Kotick make?
Good question.
Want to take a guess?
300 mil.
300 mil?
Yes.
How much?
Could be guess.
I don't have an idea.
I know in 2020 he made 154 million.
See, I was close.
So 174.
This says in 2022 he made 180,000. Oh bullshit! What the fuck?
That doesn't sound right at all.
That doesn't sound right either.
No.
Well, it has to be million. It's got to be shares.
Million sounds better.
Oh, I see what they're
those
doing.
shares,
Okay.
yeah.
Earlier company announced that it's slashing Kotick's 2021 salary and bonus in half, and response to criticism paid blah blah blah. Kotick was awarded total compensation of 155 in 2020, and then they slashed it. But I think they made it. I think they slashed his compensation in certain ways, but I think they gave him more shares.
Okay, that makes sense then. So, how much did he make?
I'm not sure. I'm trying. It's hard to find.
This is ridiculous.
Now I do know. Okay, here it is. So once the deal goes through for Microsoft,
Right.
he will stand to receive around $375 million.
I was right. What's up?
Oh wow.
Wait, Kotick has the right to acquire up to 6.5 million shares, which could push his payout considerably higher. Oh my god,
Dude. This guy's gonna make over 375 million.
And then he gets like a potential severance payout of nearly 15 million when it goes through or two, and then oh my goodness. Of course he wants this to go
so
through.
Much money.
This dude's gonna make like a half bill.
Bill with a B. Wow.
Oh, mercy.
Insane.
Wow. And then I'm flabbergasted in many ways because I'm just like, wait, retail WoW is garbage. Overwatch League is dead, much less Overwatch the game is dead. Hearthstone's dying. StarCraft's already dead. You killed heroes. Diablo 4 has a disaster.
Keep going.
Things. When it comes to the in game, you're trying to make a live service for that, but the in game is so bad. Season 1 was terrible. Players have absolutely left, and now we're hoping for season 2, and yet he's gonna make all this money. I mean, under his watch,
all those games
is like
failed.
dragged so far down.
Yeah. Yeah, here he is making almost basically half a bill.
I get it because he has so many shares, and they're going to go once Microsoft gets it. So there's no longer going to be, any shares for that. So they have to get paid. Yada yada yada.
Right.
Okay, but that's kind of beside the point. My thing is that to get back to the actual point with the PvE stuff, it's just like there was ways that this could have still been going on, and you could have actually. I just feel like there's so much there that was absolutely left on the table, and there should have been more resources put into this probably 2 years ago when they're making so much money. I don't know. Don't give the son of a bitch $155 million. There's an idea. Like if we take 100 million and shove that back into Overwatch, we still have PvE probably going. It's probably way further down the line.
Yep.
There's no reason for him to be making that much. I still don't understand that. There's no way. Don't get me wrong. He played it the way he should be. He should be trying to get as much money as he can. He did.
He played it well.
Idiots. There's just the idiots that there's so many things with that. You just like go, this is ridiculous.
It's insane.
So no, I'm not shocked at shutting down. I'm not shocked that most of the games that Blizzard no one gives a shit about for the most part. Not really.
Yeah, not
I look
anymore.
everywhere. I don't know the last time I pulled up something. I don't even want to pull it up.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I mean, I want you to think about this. So out of all the Blizzard stuff, it's the old World of Warcraft that's going well, and Diablo.
That no one likes. It just keeps going down.
Yeah,
That's what you got going for you.
that's not very.
It's kind of, I don't know, out of everything, I would have never